Regular Canadian people refer to this election as Justin's vanity election. And around the world, other people are referring to it as that as well. The London Telegraph, for instance, says that Canada may be ridding itself of a woke leader who promised everything and delivered little. The London Times says he really just is a pretty face. Although I'm not a judge on pretty faces, but I always thought I looked like Al Bundy, married with children. And a lot of Canadians think that it's automatic that Trudeau will win re-election as well. I spoke to a guy the other day. He wasn't enthralled with Trudeau. He says they haven't had good government. So is he going to win? Oh, absolutely he's going to win. Well, why is he going to win? Well, he has such numbers. And I said, he can't overturn those numbers? He said, no. I said, when were you born? He said, 1983. I said, do you remember learning about the 1993 election? He says, no. He said, they don't teach Canadian history in school anymore. I said, tell me about it. So I said, 1993. The Conservatives went into the election with 150-some seats. After the election, they were a party of two. And there were many, many Conservative MPs, hardworking, good, solid MPs, who lost by over 30,000 votes. That many votes turned in riding. This person's face just melted. I can't believe that. So things do change, although the Canadian media is not changing. One very, very experienced scribe the other day says, if this election turns into an election about culture, Trudeau hasn't won. What elections are about culture? We don't need an election about culture, nor do we want one. Another journalist said, well, it looks like Trudeau could be going to a majority simply based on his record. Why do journalists come up with this? There's not one average person in the street that thinks that Trudeau has a good record. Forget about the scandals, SNC. Forget about tossing the women out of his cabinet. Forget about his own picadillos and blackface and groping a reporter. Let's just look at the record. Pandemic, yeah, he handed out a lot of money. And months and months after all the other countries got their vaccines, Canada started to get their vaccines. And what about taxes? Taxes have been going up. What about the debt? The debt is astronomical, greater than any country in the world. Our government has been spending like a drunken sailor 10 times over. And look at the inflation. Right now, everybody knows, everybody who's watching this knows that prices are going up. Your wages aren't going up. The cost of living is going up, though, and everything is going up. Why? Because of this government. Look at Afghanistan. Months in the making, we have people who are dying for Canada, helping our soldiers over there. They're still there, and we can't get a plane. Just grab them all up in the plane, take them to Trenton, work out the paperwork afterwards. We said, as a government, get your passport, and then you can come. And then we close the passport office. This government is nothing but incompetent. So, when people say, let's look at the record, yes, look at the record, and then vote. 3 minutes. So now we are in the middle of Justin's vanity election, and all over mainstream news, you're going to have the same news day after day after day. We are not going to have every show between now and September 20th on the election. We are going to have some very, very important analysis and some smart ideas and thoughts that you will not find anywhere else. Hence, PayPal, please. But I just want to lay it out for you that we will also be having some people in on this show who are not big names, who have something to say about the issues. Because when it comes down to it, elections are not about the people so much, it's about the issues and how it impacts you. Stay tuned. We're going to have some good ones.